My name is Harry, I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here. Today is March 29th, 2023. It is 3:10 a.m. I just finished edit one of the videos that I recorded yesterday during the day. My phone will keep on interrupting me during that recording, so I don't have anything else to edit, and there's a lot of things going on Twitter, so I grabbed some tweets to share with you. I think I have almost close to 30, but so let's go on Twitter. So this one is an article. I want to read it because I cannot find anyone who's live stream or who's really reporting on what's going on in the court. So I'm sort of relying on some of those articles. Like the one I just finished edit is 2 articles that I read. One was a very old one and one was somewhat more recent regarding the case. But let's get going. Okay. Prince Harry claim whole country doomed if Daily Mail publisher evades justice. Okay, so let's go into it and then I'll come back out and read the comments. I hope a lot of people in the UK are paying attention because this is very, very crucial to them. The same way Meghan's lawsuit was very crucial to a lot of Brits, even though it was not affecting them personally. But if they had gotten away with it, just imagine what they would have done to you personally. Look how they now I sort of have a little understanding of Miss Doreen. She has a title, I can't remember. Is it Lady Doreen or something like that? Whose son was murdered, who's teaming up with Harry to sue the newspaper. So if you see what they could do with her story and do all of stuff, it affects each and everyone else. Okay, so pretty much this fight is not just for Harry, it's for the UK as well. All right, so let's read. This is 3-minute read. Let's see here. Prince Harry claims whole country doomed if Daily Mail publisher evades justice. The Duke of Sussex claim in court documents that the publisher of the Daily Mail poses as a beacon of truth but is anything but. It is written by Emma Mackenzie. All right. Prince Harry has launched a blistering attack against the publisher of the Daily Mail as part of his allegation they breached his privacy on numerous occasions. In a witness statement submitted as part of his claim against Associated News Limited (ANL), which he is bringing alongside 6 other high-profile individuals, Harry says he is acting in the public and look at this. I didn't even read it. I did not even read it, not an inch until now. This is it, which he is bringing alongside 6 others high-profile individuals. Harry says he is acting in the public's interest. This is it. It affects every single one of the Brits in the UK, and it because he loves his country. There it is. The statement says, quote, "There's obviously a personal element to bringing this claim, but it is not just about me. There is also a social element, as if the most influential newspaper company can successfully evade justice, then in my opinion, the whole country is doomed." He is 100% right. There's the lady. My heart goes out to her. The newspaper abused and re-abused her privacy, and not only that, victimize her over and over again, use her son. Let's continue. It adds, "The evidence I have seen shows that associated journalists are criminals with journalistic powers which should concern every single one of us. The British public deserve to know the full extent of this cover-up, and I feel it is my duty to expose it." Oh my God. If some of you are new, go to my backup channel, Pt1. There's a video that I made as a parody kind of thing, but in some part of it, it was true. what Harry brought in, which is I show a kitty cat, and then look very innocent. The British, his family was laughing at him, and then what Meghan actually bought, what Harry actually brought in to the family, which was a lion. Okay. And at the end, I show a part where Game of Thrones, where the dragon was burning things down. This is what I see here happening. Let's continue. We need to keep on praying for his protection. The statement also says, quote, if the defendant, the owner of various national newspapers, including the Daily Mail, which by its own definition is the most influential and popular newspaper in the UK, can evade justice without there being a trial of my claims, then what does that say about the industry as a whole and the consequences for our great country? Oh my Lord. The thing that as I'm reading this, some of the thing I repeat over, the UK system, the establishment, they have all their three bases covered so far, with the exception of Johnny Depp, who's sort of did not get his justice in the UK system, but thank God he got it in the US. Is that the UK how do you call this, prominent people have all of their bases covered so far, with the exception of Johnny Depp. It's just the court that's holding up by a string. And I think, let me not even say what I'm thinking about that. Okay, so let's continue. ANL has been accused by Harry and 6 other claimants, Baroness Doreen Lawrence, Elton John and his husband David Furnish, Sadie Foss, Liz Hurley, and Sir Simon Hughes, of hiring private investigators to intercept voicemails, listen into and record landline calls, collect private medical and financial information through deceptive means, and commission the burglaries of private property to unlawfully gather information on the claimants. The publisher has denied all the claims set against them, calling the allegation, quote, unsubstantiated and highly defamatory claims based on no credible evidence, end quote. Let's continue. Okay. And a 4-day hearing at the Royal Court of Justice, ANL is trying to get a summary judgment. They're trying to get a summary judgment. Okay. Which will mean that the case does not go to trial. And we shall see. Let's play. We need to pray for Harry and for that suit to continue. In a 4-day hearing at a Royal Court of Justice, ANL tried to get a summary judgment, which will mean that the case does not go to trial. ANL is arguing that the stale claim have been brought past the 6-year statute of limitation, and that some of the material is bound by a restriction order made by Levison Inquiry in 2012, so can be used as evidence. From other things that I've read, they said that some of those evidence that they're claiming are confidential and all of that, some other newspapers have already made them public. Okay, so this is some of the thing that was in court. And the particulars of his claim, Harry takes a further swipe at the Daily Mail and ANL, who he claims pose as a, quote, beacon of truth and integrity, end quote, while the claim alleged committing unlawful acts. The statement reads, quote, the claimant, Harry, is further concerned and upset by the fact that despite its state value of representing the interests of British people, characterizing itself as a beacon of truth and integrity, in fact, it was committing these insidious and illegal acts, and even lying and continuing to cover up the same so that they will not be publicly exposed. Yesterday, a temporary reporting restriction order was granted to ANL to protect the anonymity of any journalists who have worked for them previously or still do that stands accused of wrongdoing. Today's session heard David Sherburne for the claimant present argument about why the material contested by ANL should be allowed to be used as evidence in the case. Okay, so some of the thing that is written here, I've read in other, I think either Byline or The Guardian. So, okay, so far this is adding up, okay, to other things that I read. So let's read some of the comments. The link of the article will be in the description. Some of the comments in on Twitter. He's correct, good King Harry, and he's 100% correct. I agree with Prince Harry. I think Charles' hands are dirty. He has a lot in this with Daily Fail. Go Harry. And if that thing doesn't go forward, we shall see. I think it's because of that. They probably don't want names. If it goes forward, there's gonna be a lot of names. That's gonna be not just journalists, okay? Some prominent people that we probably didn't think will be named, they will be named. Okay, go Harry. And right now, there's probably a lot of money is trying to be thrown under. I just hope people are paying attention. Protest about this if it doesn't go to trial, because they have done so many people wrong. Okay, go Harry. There's the heart. It adds, quote, the evidence I have seen shown that associated journalists are criminals with journalistic power, which should concern every single one of us. The British public deserve to know the full extent of this cover up, and I feel it is my duty to expose it. Okay, it speaks volume that publication that sole purpose is to invade the privacy of others and written scattered articles is asking for the people involved to be protected so that their reputation aren't damaged. Yep, this is what I've said in other videos. Was it the Human Rights Act? I believe it is. When it's for them, they want to use that. When it's against other people, they want to invade other people's privacy. Okay, whatever is there, and we move on. Harry is right, true. Look how Daily Mail deceived the mass with Brexit. That's another thing. So he is right. Okay, Prince Harry is right. When a tabloid is able, without punishment, to illegally obtain private citizens' sensitive information, influence the choice of government, and dictate the action of the royal family, then yes, quote, if the Daily Mail evades justice, the country is doomed. That's right. Phone hacking case. This is for Millie Dowell parents who were tricked into believing their daughter was alive because of illegal phone tapping, causing police to go on a wild goose chase. It is awful invading others' privacy. It therefore is. Okay, it definitely is. It's also interesting that Harry's supporters are fine with Harry invading others' privacy for cash. Who is Harry invading? Now this is good. I was gonna stop, but this is good. Whose privacy did Harry invade? Because so far, all he has done is talk about his personal experience, especially the spare. Okay, whoever came out to say what they did behind a pub, that's on them, because Harry did not mention any names. Okay, let's see here. I had no idea Will was circumcised. Did he say anything about Will, or was it him? He talked about himself. No desire to know. Harry is hypocrite, but this case goes much deeper. Okay, I'll go into that. Let me advise these two here. Okay, I don't understand if Burroughs has denied claim and most hacking done against Catherine and her mom, who told everyone they were hacked. Can any of this still go to trial if he has denied claim? Does this relate to Prince of Wales case in 2005? Harry is talking about himself. Okay, I'll go into these two. Yes, Harry, it's about time they were publicly called out. Okay, first let's go into this one. Okay, who did Harry what was it, invade privacy? Okay, the difference is how the information was obtained. Harry did nothing illegal to get that information. This is for Millie Bowell's parents. It goes deeper than that. Okay, that's the one I think I just read. It doesn't excuse Harry's disclosing extremely private info about someone else for commercial gain. Harry is no hero. Okay, let's continue with this. Harry did not disclose anything that his family didn't already feed to the tabloid. After years of silence, Harry finally defended himself and clarified what actually happened. That's it. With proof, instead of letting his family spread hate and lies while using him and his wife as scapegoat. That's a good one. So what about private info such as his brother being circumcised? Info nobody needed to know. Was it, did he say that? Was it him? He was talking about himself. Okay, I did slap through some of the audio, but I don't think he said anything about William being circumcised. Okay, because he was talking about himself, because he couldn't even sit. He gave the term for his wiener. Okay, and for nobody needed to know at all, ever, amongst other stuff. You believe what tabloids say about the royal family? Curious. Okay, you have been fooled by Rupert Murdoch and other right-wing royal tabloid. Obviously, he will never lose his title. Okay, that he's not talking about title. He's talking about circumcised. But let's see here. If hierarchy is earned and can be taken away, then Andrew, Will, Charles could all lose their titles too. Let me go into that. Okay, I cannot see this. Okay, hi from Montreal. Have you signed the petition regarding Harry's title? Only 243 signatures. Okay, people could do whatever. If this is what they want, they could. Please do that, because Harry will still live his best life. Okay, he may lose his title plus Harry's lives and the USA. Title means nothing. This is what I'm saying. Title means nothing, and that their country, 1776 and all that. But Yanks love tough and royalty. Okay, none of the royal titles mean anything in the USA. Harry doesn't care. And then not only that, he offered for them to take it. I don't know why they didn't take it when he offered that. Okay, none of the royal titles mean anything in the USA. Harry doesn't care, but he should never change his name to appease those brainwashed by tabloid. The only royal parading around as royal in USA, not part of Commonwealth or Will and Kate. Okay, oh please, he never mentioned really being circumcised. That's what I thought. Now I'm starting to confuse if I fell asleep to the audio. Now I do have the physical book. I just don't have time to read, because every little time that I have is doing this for you guys. All bathed together, they knew who was circumcised and who was not. Then he simply spoke about his own circumcision. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Stop the stupidity and spreading lies. That's what I thought. Okay, with that being said, there's my answer here, because I thought I slept to the audio. Alright, next tweet. Oh my goodness, these people. Okay, there's that. I hope Prince Harry sees how rapid the Vulture Media will get if he burdened Meghan's and those babies with an attendance at the spectacle of the crowning of the adulterous tampon, Fantastic King, his circus media, and the old wicked concubine. It will be a carnage. Alright, let's see here. Good morning, Britain. That's a screenshot. You know, as a father and a mother, that you will find time to see your kid. Should the king make time to meet with Prince Harry while he is in the UK? The Duke of Sussex appear at London High Court as legal proceeding began in a phone tapping and privacy case. Okay, I think it's the reverse. Harry came for the court and didn't ask anything. They didn't know he was there. King Charles III wasn't supposed to be in the UK when Harry left. They'll start again with the coronation, I guess. Court, will they not? I think they fear to face him because they know he isn't under their control anymore. Yeah, that probably that too. And the other thing that I've said is that I think whoever set up for for Charles to be in France, they knew the case was gonna be, they were gonna hear around this time, so they wanted to make sure that Charles was out of the country for this reason alone, so he doesn't have to meet it. So now they're raising the question. Yeah, they knew when the hearing was gonna happen. The thing we need to pray for is for the judge to stay neutral and to not be bribed, because I could see tons of money being probably shuffled through him so he could toss the case out. Okay, I hate to see families not getting along, but when they are as toxic as the royal family, you have to cut them off. Okay, the fact that this is a public debate should be the turn off, to be honest. Couldn't agree more. Stay away and keep your life happy and sane and your family protected. Charles is not a father, he's a sperm donor. Charles only cares about Charles and Corella. Meghan needs to just say no. Go on your own. They are your kin. What if Harry doesn't want to speak to him though? It's possible to not wish ill on people and still not talk to them. What the press says is an illusion. Burden Meghan. They are two adults who will decide what's best. They know about the rapid vulture press, cold royal family, gullible tabloid readers, etc. They will tackle it as a team, as always. To attend the coronation or not is their decision. Okay, let's move on. There's for some reason the text or the font on Twitter, I don't know, it's hard for me to read. Next tweet. All right, maybe I shouldn't just left Meghan alone. Okay, so this is the parody of Prince William. Okay, maybe I should have just left Meghan alone. Okay, I guess this is a quote that was said in court, so he's putting this out there. Quote, the institution was without a doubt withholding information from me for a long time about NGN's phone hacking, and that has only been clear in recent years as I have pursued my own claim with different legal advice and representation, he said. Okay, this part, this is the reason I'm sharing this, because other places I didn't see it, and luckily I read the other article that I just read at the beginning of this video. It did not mention it. Okay, so everywhere that I could get little snippet of what was said in court, it's, you know, I could put things together. All right, so let's continue. So pretty much they were not inform him of things. It's after he started doing things on his own. That's what this first paragraph says to me here. Speaking about how he found out other people within or associated with the royal family had brought phone hacking claim against the press, he says, quote, it is not an exaggeration to say that the bubble burst in terms of what I knew in 2020 when I moved out of the United Kingdom. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. He got out of the bubble. Now some of the things that I've said. Okay, he went on, quote, there was never any centralized discussion between us about who had brought claims, as each office in the institution is siloed. There is this misconception that we are all in constant communication with one another, but that is not true. This is the thing. Also, when when they put William office or something, I think one of the palace office put a statement and tag his name along with it. This is the thing. They want all the royal family, whatever the firm says, they just follow along. Okay, they stay in line. But what happened with Harry here, Harry is walking away from that. So when he said the statement that they put out and they tag his name on it, he's like, they never contacted him. So the people are in control. They see something that's happening, whatever the courtiers or whoever is in charge. Okay, they see what's fit best to the narrative that they want to persuade, and they could put anybody, any royal's name under that particular thing here. So this is what I'm seeing here. So they do, it's like a puppet. The royal family are like a puppet. All right, there's me here. Okay, boy, you're putting Harry's name on a statement he didn't know nothing about. He's coming for all of y'all. You should have sat and ate your damn food full. Okay, okay, you should have. There's this here as well, saying the same thing. That's commercial. Okay, you think you should, Willie. LOL. Willie boy, it's too late now. There's the laugh. He has more personal affairs that are left out in the open public to be taken care of. If he had 1 ounce of kindness or love in him, he will be a good big brother. And even if he does not like Harry's choice of a wife, just leave that alone and keep a good relationship with him. Yeah. Okay, there's the I remember this. That's from when they went to the Caribbean. I think this was in Jamaica. You didn't see this in the mainstream. These are the people who were posting things that were happening, protests that were happening. It's in one of my videos. Go on PYTE. Okay, effectively now leave Meghan for good. Okay, so now what? Okay, really, there's lots of things and people who should have been left alone, but as you were. Okay, that's something else. Yep, she did nothing wrong. Wills, you can fix it. Just call your bro. Okay, yes, I mean, it's too late now. What can he say? The thing is already being heard. If it goes to trial, forget it. Willie boy is rude, difficult, and abrasive. Duh, like the, you should have left her alone. Can't wait for the Can't wait for the coercion. Oh my God, the way they keep on pronouncing it. Yep. Also, if the family had shown Harry some love and giving him a little respect, none of this would have happened. He just wanted to stop being used and feel a little protected, but you chose violence, and now we get to watch this mess unfold. Yep. This is exactly that. Okay, really? When you're going to toss your mother's abuser, Camilla, out of the palace, how can you stand by her side? I read what she did with your father to smear your mother's is inhumane and absolutely unforgivable. She is rewriting the history in her favor. Please do something to defend your mom. All right? So they just responding to the parody account. It's not truly William. Next tweet. Okay, I'm already 25 minutes. Okay. Okay, in other words, quote, please, I'm not party to this. It's all on my son. I will never dare go after the media, end quote. Can you imagine this? Cowardly King Chuck of the United Kingdom disassociating himself from his son who is fighting for the people he claimed to vote. All right, this is a screenshot. Okay, she just saying the rephrasing it. Prince Harry's surprise appearance at High Court was not planned with King Charles. Exclusive. Prince Harry's surprise appearance at the High Court today show his unpredictable nature, according to royal commentator Richard Fitzwilliam. Okay, Henry is grown man and no longer employed by his father. He doesn't need permission from Charles. Okay, IGIF coward, and right, he has what she's saying here. She looked for the GIF coward, and this is what came. Fire is the devil hidden. Okay, a coward in the smoke. Okay, he has what it takes. Well said. I am a coward. My son is a warrior. End quote. These are vibes from King Charles III. Yeah, that's exactly that. Who? Exactly. 3 cheers for Prince Harry behaving like an adult whose rights were violated by a scurrilous tabloid dog business and doing what he needed to do. There was no need to witness again. Total weakness on this issue. Bravo, Prince Harry. A father who never defended his grandchild from being associated to a chimpanzee or being tossed at his coronation, as reported by UK media, to me is a lost dad. Okay, King Charles III is the third hostage, King Charles the Cool. That shows King Charles' cowardness, irresponsible person. LOL. Okay, I'm done with this. I'm not gonna read anymore. One thing I was thinking is that the firm trained Charles to be like that. I told you guys this. I keep on repeating, and I truly believe it. When the king, Prince Charles' grandfather, the king, what's his name, Queen Elizabeth's father, when he died, they took over. Okay, the courtiers or business people took over, because from my understanding, the queen was overseas with with her husband or something like that, right? So whoever could have looked over the king or give advice, let's say the queen's Prince Philip. I think Prince Philip did look out for the queen. He might do his thing on the side, whatever you may call it, but I think he did protect the queen to, the crown. Let's just say that. So when they were out of the country, they did what they need to do and take control. So now when the queen come back, when they sang certain things, whatever protocol, this goes this way, even though if it may not, okay, or they shape certain question or decision for the queen to make to benefit the crown, even though it may not be the same way. The queen was lied to by what's this guy, the MP, okay, to get the Brexit thing going. So all of this is based on lie. So when the king passed, the courtiers, the business people took over. Okay, look how everything is coincide. Okay, end up together to be exactly where we are now. And I truly believe, I said it as my humble opinion, they when they know people who are involved, who care about certain things, they make sure to disassociate, to separate those people. Okay, the queen, I don't think the queen died naturally. Okay, this is another thing. The other thing is, once the sidetrack that they didn't expect is heavy. Their plan was going accordingly. Look, each time things are moving forward, they interrupted and do something stupid. This is the one they did not expect, where Harry pull away from that nonsense. So far we had, as I spoke about other things in other videos, we have the good journalists, not the royal rats, okay, the byline type of independent journalist who's holding the, I guess, democracy in a string right now in the UK. And then we have Harry, who's another leverage to keep democracy going in the UK. If people in the UK don't pay attention to that, if this thing don't go to trial and expose this thing, like Harry said, the UK is doomed. Okay? And guess what? He's not living in the UK. He could easily turn his back. What if this thing doesn't go his way? It's not gonna affect him. He's living in another country. So I hope other people in the UK are paying attention instead of focusing on who he married with. Okay? So that's that. Let's listen to this. And the whole point of this is that Harry is the unexpected secret weapon. Let's just say that is the secret weapon to democracy in the UK, because the UK had a lot of chances to get its somewhat freedom before the 2020, where I was so shocked so many UK Brits did not vote the right way. Okay, go to my Pt1 videos when that election time was happening. I sort of talk about it a little bit. Okay, so I was shocked that they did not vote accordingly. Instead, they put more Tories, and then this is where we are now. So when push comes to shove, they did not expect Harry to be the secret weapon.
And to be honest with you, sadly, that line between public and private life is almost non-existent anymore, and we will continue to do our best to ensure that there is the line. You know, we are completely aware that we're in a very privileged position, and I will spend the rest of my life you know, earning that privilege and trying to bring a spotlight onto things and causes that really matter to me, and hopefully matter to a lot of other people as well. Everyone has a right to their privacy, and you know, a lot of the members of the public get it, but sadly in some areas there is this sort of incessant need to find out every little bit of detail about what goes on behind the scenes. It's unnecessary. You know, I hope that people get to see me here in this Invictus role, you know, cracking on with the guys and mucking in and having a good time with them. And this is, you know, this is half my official role, but half my private role. This is what I enjoy doing, but the private life has to be private, and I hope people respect that.
All right, so that's that. Next week, okay, we thought she was an impartial reporter, observer. She's not. Tessa Dunlop is just another hateful Bobby without eyelashes issues for the moment. Toxic British press. Prince Harry. Okay, I didn't listen to it, but when I saw it, I automatically bookmarked it. With her, I know there was another video that I had, because I have so many recordings, I don't even want to search for it. The first time that I heard her, she was talking somewhat of a sense, and at the same time, I was disagreeing with her. And then another time, I was completely blown away how disagree I was with her. And then another time, I saw her. All of these are some of my videos. Could be PYTE or this channel. And I was completely at awe, and I was like, I can't believe what I'm hearing. Was it? That's when I started questioning. Is she the same person that I thought of her? But what happened is, these people are mastermind. This is the thing. The UK are mastermind of the mentality, the psychic of people. Whichever the wind is blowing, this is how they shape their narrative. Okay? I didn't even hear what she said, but this is what I think. Okay? But let's listen.
News UK and the Mirror are concerned. What's he doing with that?
Well, the Mirror is the crunch one, really, of course, coming straight after the coronation, when Harry will be called, I think, to give evidence. And this is one of the first times I think we've seen a royal in court. I was trying to work out when we last saw a senior member of the royal family. I think it was...
I think I did brought that up as well. I think Harry was the first one to ever walk in court. I said in one of those videos, either yesterday, look at the date, as recently as yesterday, okay, when Harry went to court.
Princess Anne, when her dog bit somebody in Great Windsor Park and she was fined. It was a magistrate's court, it was a minor affair in relation to this. But of course, the timing of yesterday, let's just go back to what's happening as we're building up to the coronation, the House of Montecito versus the House of Windsor. A lot of people have said, oh, is Charles going to find time for his son? Fascinating, had that French trip not been cancelled, where would the headlines have sat? With Charles alongside Macron in Paris.
This is what I said. They knew. The firm knew. The firm knew when the hearing was gonna happen. Okay? When the hearing was gonna happen, this is why they schedule Charles to be out of the country. I mean, it's not rocket scientists. And thank God the people of France been in protesting, and then they let it be known. So this is what intervened that. Otherwise, he will be out of the country. I've said this. The firm knew. The firm knew that the hearing was going to happen. And you know that Charles and Camilla have been in bed. Okay, watch that video. Okay, I didn't do how do you call this? A thumbnails for it. Go watch that video. Okay, it explained that Charles and Camilla and William are in bed with the tabloid. Okay, so he knew that was going to happen. So they automatically schedule him to be out of the country. But what happened is, whatever Diana's doing in heaven, you know, it makes it happen where the people in France, you know, not only said they're not gonna work to accommodate him, and then the protests have been going on. Okay, but let's continue.
Paris, or in fact with Harry,
with Harry,
has
obviously.
it has of course been cancelled. That means that in theory Charles does have the time. He's not setting off to Germany for his first state trip as king until Wednesday, but by all accounts they're not going to be meeting there. The twain shall meet at the moment at least.
Why?
But Harry is in business mode. Okay, I think he should focus on what he can. Don't be disturbed by this nonsense, because stay focused. That's all. Stay focused. You come for what you came for. To focus on that.
Well, I guess they...
I mean, that's the question we're asking our viewers this morning. And I mean, most people, 95% of people say, of course, he should see his younger son.
He should see Harry. They should see each other. It's always best to be the bigger person, even if you feel upset. And how are you ever going to get past that if you don't sit down face to face and talk about things?
I mean, the thing I don't understand is that when it comes to, I guess, show respect or forget all your pain, it's all the person who have been traumatized by the thing. But meanwhile, the institution, they never asked the institution to do something like that, you know, to apologize and to stop their BS. It's always the victim who has to forget about what had happened to them, and then to forget and move forward and to meet and be happy-dubby and all of this BS. What about the firm? Okay, but whatever.
I suppose you could say they might get a chance when the coronation comes in May if Harry and Meghan go. But I mean, Charles will be hugely busy there as well, preparing for a coronation. I think Charles is always busy, and he will be busy. There's no doubt about that. Yeah. However, if you're Harry, you can kind of stand there next to your busy father watching him
Jack.
for Germany.
The one day we know he wasn't busy is today and yesterday, because he had his plans cancelled.
Okay, yeah. There she is. She's making sense. Because he was scheduled to be in France and Harry's in the country, so why not make the time? He had time for that because that particular schedule is cancelled. She's making sense. There she is again. So it must... I'm confused. Maybe there's two different women. Not all white people look the same, but whatever. I keep on getting confused.
Just interesting, back on Harry, this really... What next for him? This is his life's work, remember, taking on the paps. He said it himself. There was a scrum of cameras around him yesterday, and I've seen some journalists speculate, was one of those cameras his? Is this going to be the next huge Netflix? Do you know what I mean? Is he accruing?
We don't know who.
No, of course we don't.
So,
they quickly try to put the allegedly kind of thing, because now Harry is not playing with them. Don't come and say this BS and all of that. Okay, let's see here. For Tessa Dunlop to suggest without any basis that Prince Harry, a man who has been hounded by the British media since birth, is bringing his claim to profit with Netflix is diabolical. Okay, so now I see what you're saying here. Tessa is just a more refined insidiousness of Maureen, Palmolive, Jabba, and the devil. Yeah, there's no reason for that. With all of those cameras, why would you assume this is his? Okay, there's that. Blocked. I made the mistake of following her as I thought she was a genuine... Okay, I'm not the only one. I got confused with her. Okay, I thought she was genuine Meghan and Harry support. I mean, all right. With that thing with Harry and Meghan supporter, we need to, yes, we do need people who speak positive of Harry and Meghan, but don't just follow somebody just for that. Don't follow somebody just for that, and then the person has to have a mind of her own. It's almost, the reason I'm saying this, because when some squaddies first started noticing my channel, PYTE, not this one happened later after that, when PYTE was in jeopardy. It's like, oh, put Sussex next to it so other squad could know it existed, and like, but I'm like, I'm not just about Harry and Meghan. I'm a little bit about everything. But now, okay, my focus mainly, you know, I do more tweets about that, but I wasn't always about that. If you look back on some of my videos on PYTE, I was talking about different things. President Obama, all sort of political stuff, and justice that was happening. So that was what my channel was about. But now, since I'm a bit more focused of Harry and Meghan, seeing what Meghan is going through, this is why. And not only that, the squad are asking me, who's not on Twitter, to share some stuff. So we need to, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong for even saying that, but I don't know. Don't hold people against that. Whatever. Okay. I made a mistake of following her, as I thought she was genuine Meghan and Harry supporter. So I told her what I thought of her. Quote, pick a side, Tessa, and stick to it. Okay. I thought you were a pro Meghan and Harry, but now I realize you flip-flop sides for whoever pays your mortgage. Black you now. I understand that too, but sometimes some of the other people might, okay, in my humble opinion, might make certain things make sense, and she might agree to it. Okay, let's see. There's one comment on that. Okay, same here. I follow her because I thought she was for Harry and Meghan, but I soon realized she's like the rest of the unfollow her. She's like the rest and unfollow her. Okay. Unless if she's consistent, I get confused because I'm not sure if it's her or somebody else. But luckily, I don't just follow people. Okay, I follow, let's say, Cape Cod, Brian Cape Cod, who just regular journalist. He talk about almost everything. Okay, things that make sense. But anyway, unfortunately, none of them are impartial. Okay, that's this. She's always come across as the one who wants to play devil advocate or be the smartest girl in the room. She's never been on Sussex's side, but just not willing to completely go along with BS in the face of some undeniable facts. However, she centers herself like most of them. Okay, maybe this is what I see on her, but I'm not following her. I don't think I follow her. It's incredibly how these non-entities call out of nowhere and be giving platform to comment on Harry and Meghan. It goes to show the desperation of the media generally. Cable and the BBC are all doing the same questionable narrative about Harry and Meghan. She profited off of us and showed her real face. We fall always under lies on that kind of women. It was the same with who's S3E91? Okay, J Hall and a lot of them. Once they have our platform, they use it to go on TV show, okay, and so on. I blocked her months ago. We should be careful, comma. This is what I'm saying. I don't follow everybody. Okay, like Brian Cape Cod, I share a lot of his things, but these people, I don't run whatever. I get confused. If people don't retweet, I will not know. Okay, and the squad don't take screenshot, I will not know. I don't follow them. So this is what I'm saying. Don't follow them just because they say something nice about Harry and Meghan. Okay, there's this here. Stay dry, says Prince Harry to the UK press. That's not rain. It's haters' tears at all the lies, duplicity and crimes, and King Charles and Camilla's body, Lord Rothermere, are revealed for all the world to see. Daily Fair. Okay, so I played this in another video, but I'll put the screenshot, I guess. Britain Prince Harry has returned to the Royal Court of Justice in the UK for the second day of High Court hearing over multiple privacy claims brought against the publisher of the Daily Mail. Okay, as I'm reading this, I'm thinking there's no way they could toss this out and give a summary judgment, because all these people cannot claim the same, almost similar thing and then to just toss it. All right, but let's listen to this. I'll be showing a screenshot. Stay dry. Alright, so I'm not gonna go in this. I think I covered it in another video, but I'll read the comment under this guy. He's a squatty. Okay. Ha, Harry nailed it then. Okay, what a lovely clip. Ian, nice one. Nice post. Okay, there's that. There's this. Okay, getting drenched, waiting for the king to emerge from court. There was no scheduled presser. They're still there. Oh my god. Reply. God continues to protect, cover, and shield him. Harry playing his haters' tears. That's that. Prince Harry always the gentleman and diplomat first, but when push can and will morph into the warrior soldiers and ultimately the conqueror. You are a strong black. Prince Harry, well done. Okay, let's move on. The text on Twitter is unbelievable. It messed up my eyes. Okay, there's this here. First, he was treated like the spare. Now he is treated like the commoner. I wonder why. So someone retweeted that. Is a screenshot. Haha. Prince Harry has had to turn up to court like a commoner. I don't know what's funny about this. This is the level of stupidity they put over there. Can they just Harry just walked in court or something? But they have to put the commoner. So what? He came to take care of business. Okay, coming from a peasant that rich, lol. He is the only true royal now. That is, if you want one with integrity and a heart. That's for sure. Commercial. Okay, and yet they call him sir. That's right. I'm sure commoners aren't called sir or had cameras flashing in their faces. Okay, if they are referring to the fact he turned up in a black taxi cab, do they not know that Prince Philip also took London black cabs to get about sometimes? Remember, the cabbies did that tribute to Prince Philip on the mall. It's not a bad thing. I don't know what these people think. I really don't know the mindset behind these people. Okay, at least he didn't walk. Okay, even walking, there's nothing wrong. Well, he gets the distance because he doesn't want to get there sweating and all of that. But there's nothing wrong with that. My goodness, this person is laughing because Prince Harry behaved like them. Make it make sense. I'm trying to wrap my head on this. Okay, commoner. Okay, Camilla, KK, Kate, and Sophie are all commoners. Harry is a true prince. It's a slow news day for the derangers and haters because they can't comment on the court case pending. The news even attacked Prince Harry's tie, complaining it was too thin. Yeah, I saw something like that. I didn't want to share it because I have other things to share with you. Royals had no guts to take the tabloid to court. Tab on them. Harry is free to do whatever it is right thing. If it takes him to attend the court, he will, just to put some rain on the vicious paps, journalists, and royal expert. So the royals don't turn up to court. Also, the person posting is a commoner. LOL. He is free to go and come as he pleases. Personal security. Like all non-working royals, haters really don't have a clue. There's this. Huh? Okay, next tweet. I'm gonna keep on recording. I might turn this video into 2 because I still have a lot. Okay, I do hope the royal family haven't planned any event this week because they are going to be overshadowed globally. Let's see here. Okay, this is voters. Britain Prince Harry arrives at London's High Court for a hearing against the publisher of the Daily Mail newspaper over alleged phone tapping and other breaches of privacy. As I'm reading this, I'm thinking the way coincidentally how things just, it's like a triangle where all the corners have met. In the US, the Murdoch group is being sued, and then you have Harry here is suing the newspaper in the UK. I don't know, it's just a coincidence. It's like punching everywhere. Okay, let's hope there's a knockout. There's this PA Entertainment. The Duke of Sussex was pictured arriving at the Royal Courts of Justice. Associated Newspapers is bringing a bid to end High Court claims brought by people including Harry and Sir Elton John over alleged unlawful activity at its title. Okay. AFP News Agency. Breaking. UK's Prince Harry arrives unexpectedly at London Court for privacy case. There's that. Okay. Bloomberg UK. Prince Harry arrived at High Court in London for a hearing and his claim against Daily Mail publisher Associated Newspapers over allegation of unlawful information gathering. Duke of Sussex arrives in UK for High Court fight on information misuse. Right? So almost all the papers are talking about. Okay, no, but Kate has planned a shipping us trip to Tesco this time around. Iceland was a huge hit. Okay, there's a laugh. I think you're being too generous. The global world wouldn't know what the others were doing. It won't be reported. There's that. Okay, there's emojis. Mumbo and Baldy on their never-ending break. There's the laugh and cry. Okay, yes, it's been wall-to-wall coverage since Monday. Okay, there's this. That's why they did that. Like when he went to Poland and all of that, to try to take attention away. But they're not the main attraction. This is the thing, they used to get away with it when they were doing their nonsense, and they tried to use Harry to take attention away from them. But now they're trying to take attention away from Harry. Harry's like, nope, I'm not giving you my light. That's what I'd see here. They're trying to reverse it, but Harry kept the light on himself. Okay, yeah, Peggy and Mumbo usually do 1 or 3 smile and wave event and then go on holiday. Happens every month or so. Friends knew Harry will be in the UK, so they cancel Charles and Camilla. Nah, I find there's other reason, because it was getting too dangerous from what I read. Maybe King Charles III knew that. Okay, yeah, I'm 100% behind that. Where the palace knew the hearing was gonna hurt. Okay, they have to know days in advance, especially the people who's gonna go to court. Okay, they have to know days and months in advance, could be even a year in advance, when they were gonna do that hearing. So as things getting closer, the palace knew about it, so they tried to get Charles out of the country, so you know, to take attention away from it, but it didn't work. And then you know, they cancel. Right, there's this. Dul and Duller are not in London, as it the kids' holiday, so either in one of their other homes or gone on a taxpayer's holiday somewhere. Okay, Harry's tie overshadowed them yesterday. I didn't share that with you. I saw it. It was ridiculous. Okay, that's our global prince, Prince Harry. There's this. And then they'll whine about it. There's the rolling eye. Elton is Harry's mentor since Harry was 5. There's this. Easily. Oh, well. Media's camping outside the courthouse just to have a glimpse of Prince Harry of Montecito. There's that. Okay, let's move on to the next tweet. Okay, Daily Mail are liars. Daily Mail doesn't respect anyone's privacy. They wrote an article about Prince Harry's ex-girlfriend in 2015 and she got married. Daily Mail is trash. Toxic British media, toxic British press. Okay, let's see here. There's that. Prince Harry revealed private information about women he once had a relationship with in his High Court witness statement. Okay, I can't wait to read this. Whoever's covering it. I don't believe this though. Right, in 2023. Let me not, because in one of the docuseries he did say some of his relationship that, you know, he was dealing with, they were so intruding into their private life that the woman said, you know, I don't want that. So maybe something in that respect, depending on how. I don't think Harry's gonna go in full detail about other things. I think he's gonna stick to the parameter of intrusion. Prince Harry, in the midst of his privacy case, has revealed private information about a woman he once had a relationship with. Okay, he's not gonna go in full detail. Okay, the Duke of Sussex named the woman in his witness statement, which was made public at the High Court yesterday. So why don't you put it here now? Okay, confirmed they had once dated. He did not include her identity in his recent memoir Spare. The Daily Mail has chosen not to name the woman in order to respect her privacy. I doubted that. If it's in public record, it's okay. Let's see. Sebastian Shakespeare, another one bites the dust. Prince Harry's first love to marry. So that they, when was that? In 2015. This is where they're naming names. Oh my goodness. While Prince Harry is still searching for his Miss Right, another one of his old flame is off the market. Laura Gerald Lee, with whom Harry is said to have been head over heel in love during his time at Eton, is married to handsome old Harvard financier Philip K. Naming names left and right, but here not when they have authority, because when something is public you could name it, but no. That's because he probably didn't. Okay, this is the article from 2015. The Daily Mail is trash. Is it archive? I thought it was how do you call it? Yeah, so it's archive. Phew, thank God. So I'll leave the link in the description for you guys to read, because I have a lot to share with you. I'm almost an hour. This will be in the description. This is the article from 2015. The Daily Mail is trashed. Okay, the link and this tweet shows how the tabloid terrorized young Harry. Okay, there's that. Is this how Daily Mail protects people's privacy? Let's see this one. Okay, Harry dated the stockbroker's daughter, whose grandfather was a polo playing friend of Prince Philip while at Eton. She went on to marry a financier and former army captain. Harry alleges that she was targeted by a private detective, Gavin Burrows, who also intercepted her parents' voicemail messages. He complains about an article in the Mail on Sunday and says in his witness statement, "This article is about a then new relationship between me and the woman, including details about her visiting me at Eton, meeting up in private at Windsor, an effort to keep the relationship secret." Yeah, the Duke of Sussex named a woman. Okay, so that's the same thing I just read, but they don't put the date. Okay, the media is dangerous. Since when does the Daily Mail respect anyone's privacy, please? That's what I'm trying to figure it out. Okay, most of their readers doesn't have any critical thinking skill. If the Daily Mail or any British media names her, I hope the court releases all crooked journalist names in the case. Okay, they wrote an article about her in 2015. There's that. Okay, even the middle of, I'm telling you, the squad uncover a lot of things. Even in the middle of a court case against them, they still find time to lie. Prince Harry is right. The UK is doomed if this vile Daily Mail alleged criminal are not held accountable. They are liars. There's that. He forgot to say again, there's always receipt if they're condemning Harry. You can find one for almost reveal and spare. So wait, they make all this fuss about not making any of the detail public, and then they started to leak misleading information about Harry's claim. Very on brand for the Daily Mail. Okay, so the Daily Mail wrote about her when she was a teenager and again when she got married, but suddenly is worried about protecting her privacy. They really are a joke. Alright, there's more comment. Let's move on. Okay, while Prince Harry fight for journalistic integrity and accountability for the UK, King Charles and Camilla hired a former Daily Mail editor as their head communication, and William and Kate regularly trade images of their children to the Daily Mail in exchange of positive press. So there's no comment. I'm gonna go in there and then that's it. Quote, "I'm bringing this claim because I love my country and remain deeply concerned by the unchecked power, influence, and criminality of Associated. The evidence I have seen shows that Associated journalists are criminals with journalistic powers, which should concern every single one of us. Quote, "The British public deserve to know the full extent of this cover-up, and I feel it is my duty to expose it." Yep. And this is what I said as well. If this goes to trial, because a lot of names, not just the journalists they're trying to keep private, they don't want to make it public. Okay, not only that, some other citizen they're gonna be naming because they're part of it, because we won't know. They try to shield it. And the other thing that I was here, unchecked powers. That's the thing that I keep on bringing. The three branches. You have the government, you have the institution, and you have the the newspapers. Okay, not all, unfortunately, but the royal rights specifically. Okay, these are the three branches that are not being checked, and the last check that we have is the court. This is where Harry is going to, and hopefully this goes to trial, because remember, I've said this in other videos before, when the papers write nonsense about Harry went to, what is it, IPSO or something, IPSO, they always turn a blind eye and they say, oh, the papers didn't do anything wrong, and then whatever. So ever since then, when Harry has an issue, he brings them to court, and many times Harry have won. So the court is the last, well, I've been saying last. There's three of the last. Okay, you have the independent journalist who's holding democracy on a string, and you have Harry, which was unexpectedly, okay, to add support to the independent journalists, and then you have the court, which is what will pretty much put everything in balance. Now, if they do win, there's gonna be there should be, okay, I don't know if there will be, but there should be a major shakeup in the UK where all these people who are in prominent position, with the exception of elected officials, because these are people have to vote for, okay, but other places where they hold office where people then vote for, they need to remove them and never hold those offices again, unless if they run for office, people vote for them, because these people are, it's like a group. I can't believe at the beginning when I started looking into all of this, it's like a group. They know each other, some of them from school and all of that. They scratch each other's back, okay? When they know one is in trouble, no word needs to be spoken. They already know to protect, okay, the other bodies. So all these people need to be removed from those posts and then put new one. Okay, so that's that. Let's go to the next tweet because there was no comment under that. Next tweet. Okay, there's Myra again. Quote, if the most influential newspaper company can successfully evade justice, then in my opinion, the whole country is doomed. The evidence I have seen shows that A&L journalists are criminals. Prince Harry. Yep. Oh, I think the reason I bookmarked this is the retweet. There was some quote retweet. Okay, so these are people who retweeted, they couldn't comment. Okay, wow. Harry's a traitor? Wow, this is what they call a traitor. Okay, and his opinion, the country might be doomed. Why doesn't he stay in the USA? Because they invade his privacy. Oh, that's why he's trying to change things there too. The whole country has been propagandized by a pay-to-play system controlled by a media mafia. The tactics that are questioned in court brought down others and can bring down more, and justice may succumb to corruption. Let's pray not. Yep. Okay, there's this. They are indeed criminals. Look like A&L is a criminal enterprise. I'm just reading this. There's that. Let's go to the next tweet. Alright, so from this point on, I'm exactly an hour, a little bit over an hour. This will be a new video, okay?
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life.
You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together. because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.